Hello, this is Jamie with Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make these little booties in the 3 to 6 month size, which is this blue one. So I have three different sizes. The newborn or 0 to 3 month is this pink one, and I have that tutorial up already. And I'm also going to be doing one for 6 to 12 months, which is this brown one, and that should be up by the time this one is up as well. So whichever one you need, I will put the links to the 0 to 3 and the 6 to 12 month in the description box below. But this video will specifically be for the 3 to 6 month booty. So these work up really quickly. I can make a pair of these in a half hour total, and they're really simple to do. So even beginner friendly if you're just kind of learning. What you will need is, let me get my yarns. We're going to work with super bulky size 6 yarn. This is a Sprightly super bulky, but this has been discontinued, so I don't think you'll be able to find this anymore, but any size 6 will do. And then you will need some faux fur yarn as well, just a little bit. I think for this I used, I don't know, it's hard to say, maybe like 35 yards. You don't need a whole lot. And then for this, you'll just need, maybe like 2 feet of faux fur. So, and this is Lion Brand's Go for Faux that I'm going to be using. And then you will need a size 7mm hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle to sew in your ends. So let's go ahead and get started with the 3 to 6 month booty. These, like I said, work up so quickly. They're great for gifts. I don't know, a lot of people really seem to like these. And I just love that they're so quick and easy, because some baby shoes just take forever and I can't stand it. Sorry, I scratched myself here and I nicked my nail polish. I apologize for the eyesore. All right, so we are going to start with a slip knot, and then you're going to want to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we are going to do a half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not this first one here, but the very second one, we're going to do a half double crochet. And then you're going to do another half double crochet in that same exact chain. So just go right back into that same one and do another half double crochet. And then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 3 chains. So there's 1, 2, and 3. If this is going too fast for you, just pause the video and catch up. I'm going to put the written pattern like as we go along on the screen, so you can just pause and do it at your own pace as well. All right, so you should have 1 chain left, and we're going to do 6 half double crochets in that last chain, which is going to bring us to the other side. So just go into that last chain and do your half double crochet, and we're going to do it 6 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now sometimes it makes like a bigger hole because we're using such a big hook and going in so many times, and that's fine. It's just on the bottom of the shoe, so it's not a big deal. This is kind of what it may look like. Sometimes it's tighter for me. I don't know. It works out just fine either way. All right, so now we're going to do 3 double crochet or 3 half double crochets in the next 3, or 1 in each of the next 3. So these are your chains that you started out with, so it's not going to be as easy as going into a regular stitch, but you should be able to find them okay. So just try and go through the next 3 for your half double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3, and I'm just pulling my yarn behind me to kind of hide it in the back here. There's 3. And then you should have 1 left, and you're going to do 2 half double crochets in that very last one. So go into that last chain and do one, and go right back in and do your second one. And then we are going to slip stitch to the very first stitch. Now it might look like there's like a hole here and it's kind of hard to find. So if you want to do use a stitch marker for here from here on out, you can always do that as well. But you should be able to see your very first stitch there. Just go ahead and slip stitch into that to close the round. Okay, we should have something that looks like this. So moving on, we're going to chain one. And we're going to do 2 half double crochets in that very first stitch here, the one that we just did our chain one. So do 2 half double crochets right in that very first one. 1, 2. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 half double crochets again. 1, 2. And then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to do 2 half double crochets in each of the next 6 stitches. So put 2 in this first one. And then 2 in the second. This is the third. Put 2 in there. 2 in the fourth. 2 in the fifth. And 2 in the sixth. And then we are going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches again. Just 1 in each. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the last 2. So 2 in the same stitch. And then 2 in this last one. And then it looks like there's an extra stitch there, but it's not. So we're just going to slip stitch to our very first half double crochet to close the round. And then that's the bottom of your sole. So at this point for 3 to 6 months, mine measure about 4 inches. So if yours is somewhere around there, like, I don't know, like 3 3/4 inch to 4 2/4 inch, that's usually pretty good for 3 to 6 months. So you may want to measure at this point from here to here and see where yours are at. Okay, so now we're going to start building the actual booty. And you can see here there's like a ribbed part. We're going to be doing this part right here to create that ribbing. So you'll want to chain 1, and then we're going to half double crochet again all the way around, but we're going to do just the back stitch only, or the back loop only. So if you're unfamiliar with that, every stitch has a front and a back loop. Normally you go through both like this. If you're doing front loop only, you would just go through this part. If you're doing back loop only, you just go through this part. So we're going to do half double crochet in the back loop only, and we're not going to go into that first one where our chain is. We're going to go into the stitch after that, the very first stitch after that. Okay, so you just yarn over like a regular half double crochet, go into the back loop, pull up your loop, and pull through all 3. And it will feel like it's kind of big there, but it doesn't look like that once you're done. And then this will create the ridge around the bottom of the booty. So you're going to do back loop only, half double crochets all the way around, and you will have 26 when you're finished. So go ahead and do yours, and I will meet you back here when I'm done with mine. I'm just coming up to my last one here, and this time we are going to go into that last one that looks like that we said from the previous round looked like a stitch but wasn't. We're going to go into that one because we started with that second stitch. So this is my 26th here. You should have 26, and then just slip stitch into the very first, not the chain, but the very first stitch that you did to close the round. I'll slip stitch there. And if yours kind of buckets like this, you just want to turn it, flip it like that so that you can see this ribbing. Okay, so this is what we should have. And we are going to go into the next round. Just chain one. And then we're going to do single crochets in the first 5 stitches. And we're going to start with this very first one that our chain is in. So single crochet for 5 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the next 2 stitches we're going to do half double crochet. So half double crochet in the first, half double crochet in the second. And now we're going to do half double crochet 2 together. So we're going to start to decrease. If you're unfamiliar with that, we just do, we go into it like we're going to do a half double crochet and pull up our loops. We have 3 loops on the hook. And then instead of pulling through, we're going to go into the next stitch. Just put your hook right into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you have 4 loops on your hook. And then yarn over and pull through all 4. You may have to pull them up a little bit so that you can get through all of them. Sometimes when I first started, I was doing them. It was so tight, I could not get through them. So just loosen up a little bit if you need to. Now we're going to repeat that 5 times. So a total of 6 half double crochet decreases. So that was 1. We're going to do our second one. Pull through all 4 loops. Then our third. Fourth, fifth. It may feel a little weird as you're going around the front, but it will look just fine when you're done. And there's our 6th decrease. Yeah, sometimes you have to pull a little bit more to get through all of them. Okay, and then from here we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2. We're just doing a mirror of what we did on the other side. So just regular half double crochet in each of those 2. And then the last 5 stitches are going to be single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then slip stitch into the very first single crochet that you did. All right. I'm going to clip this yarn that's on the inside. I had pulled it through earlier, so it should be secure in there. Otherwise, you'll want to weave yours in. Probably now, because once we start building the booty up a little bit more, it will be harder to get in there, unless you want to turn it inside out. All right, so it's starting to kind of look like a ballet slipper at this point. We just have a couple more rows, or a few more rows to go. So chain 1. And we're going to do 5 single crochets again. So the first 5 stitches will be single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to do a single crochet decrease. So we're going to put 2 single crochet stitches together. So go into the first one, yarn over and pull up a loop. Go into the second, yarn over and pull up a loop. And this time you'll have 3 loops on your hook since it's a single crochet, not a half double. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And that's how you single crochet decrease. And now we're going to do half double crochet decreases again 3 times. So yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through all 4. That's our first half double crochet decrease. We'll do a second one here. And our third. And now we're going to do a single crochet decrease again. So just go straight in, pull up a loop, yarn over, or go into the next, yarn over and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then the last 5 stitches will be single crochets again, just regular single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and slip stitch to the very first single crochet you did. Okay, there's where we're at. Now you're going to chain 2, and this row is really easy. We're just going to do double crochet in every stitch around, and there should be 15 stitches. So we're going to go into this very first one where our chain is and do a double crochet. 2, 3, 4. Keep going with yours, and you can pause the video and I'll meet you back at the end of this round. 15 altogether. All right, once you've done your 15, you're going to slip stitch into the very first double crochet that you did. Make sure you're not slip stitching into the chain because that doesn't count as a stitch. Go into the very first stitch, slip stitch, and then we are going to do just one more round before we do our fur. So this is kind of where you're at. You could leave it at this length if you wanted and just do your fur from here, but I like it to go up a little bit further. So for this last round, we're just going to chain 1, and we are going to do a single crochet in every stitch around. So start in that very first stitch and just do your 15 all the way around. I'll just stay with you here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, if you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate that. I have a ton of tutorials up, and I've been putting up a lot lately for all different kinds of things, big projects, small ones. Most are beginner friendly. I have stockings and a couple different fingerless gloves and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Smaller projects too, blankets, a ton of hats and scarves. So please take a look through the channel, and if you could like this video, that would be helpful as well. And I will definitely love to read any comments as well. So if you want to tell me what yarn you used while making this, or who you made it for, how it turned out, any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will read them when I can. Thank you. So from here, we're going to slip stitch into the very first, but don't finish your slip stitch. I just kind of go through like you're just starting your slip stitch here, and then I'm going to pull through with my fur yarn. So, and you can cut off here if you want and then reattach the fur yarn, but this just seems easy to me, so I'm going to attach my yarn here and pull that through for the slip stitch, and then chain 1. And then these pieces in the back, I'm like the yarn that we used and the faux fur a little bit, I'm going to pull those around with me just to make sure that they're in there tightly. So for this round, and this is our last round, we are just going to single crochet all the way around. So go into the very first and just do your 15 single crochets all the way around. And if you want to pull those yarns through, otherwise you can weave them in at the end. I just don't like doing extra steps, so and when I'm done, I want to be done. I don't want to go through and weave things in if I don't have to, so I do it like this. Also, if you do make these, I'd love to see them. If you're on Instagram, I'm on @CreationsMisfit. You can follow me over there, see everything I've made, also updates and sales and on patterns and such, and also yarn giveaways and things like that. So if you'd like to follow me over there, you can tag me in something you've made. I'd love to see it. So you can see how quickly these work up. And they're just, I mean, once you get going, it's like done before you even know it. Okay, so here's my 15th. And then I'm just going to cut that blue yarn here since I pulled it around. And you will slip stitch to the first stitch. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find because you can't see anything, but you can just kind of feel your way through. And then I just do it. You can cut your yarn here. So I do a chain and cut and then pull it through. And then from there I'll weave it in. So there's your little 3 to 6 month booty. And here's the pair. So yeah, let me know how these worked out for you, if you like them, or if you have any questions, anything like that. I'm happy to help. And if you want to try the 3 to 6 month, or I'm sorry, 0 to 3 month or 6 to 12 month, check the description box below this video, and I will have the links posted there. So thank you so much for taking some time to watch today and for spending time making these. I really appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos and leaving comments and likes and subscribing. You guys are great. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye.